So I forgot that Jedi Survivor was coming out soon until I saw a tweet complaining that it was going to take up 150 gigabytes of storage space on my computer. Well, anyways, that meant it was time to replay the first game. In my opinion, the original Jedi Fallen Order is one of the best pieces of Star Wars media that's come out in the last 20 years. And I'd like to talk about my favorite area in the game, the planet Zeffo. If you haven't played Jedi Fallen Order, allow me to bring you up to speed. You play as Jedi Cal Kestis, who is hiding from the Empire sometime between episodes 3 and 4 of the Star Wars movies. You make ends meet by working at what can only be described as an OSHA violation factory.
Hey Cal, I'll meet you at the clamps.
Sounds good. Be there soon.
But when the Empire catches wind of your true identity, you're thrust into a journey to rebuild the Jedi Order. It's on this quest that you find yourself exploring the planet Zeffo, which in my opinion is not only my favorite planet featured in the game, but also possibly one of the best designed planets in all of Star Wars canon. Let's break down what makes this planet so special. First, I'd like to start with the actual design of the planet itself. Planets in Star Wars are often focused on a single environment, such as a desert or ice world, but Zeffo manages to bring some beautiful variety and color to its mountain theme. This level is situated at the confluence of alpine meadows and glacial peaks, so it manages to avoid the dull, rocky palettes that you might expect. Zeffo also takes advantage of its montane setting to deliver stunning vistas around every corner, which is a major plus for someone like me who spends a lot of time in video games just admiring the scenery. There's also a really nice flow to the architecture of the level, going from contemporary settlements that have a classic Star Wars feel with an added splash of color, to the bleakness of Imperial bases, which feel like a disease spreading across the planet. And then finally, up to the tombs of the ancient Zepho, which give off a classic Indiana Jones vibe. Although, I will say, Cal Kestis does not have the same concern for ancient artifacts that Dr. Jones does. Still, in the end, you really feel the history and the story of the planet you're traversing. This is absolutely top-tier world building. Another thing I would like to point out about this level is just how fun it is to traverse. From sliding down glacial slopes to swinging from hanging ropes, your journey through this level often feels like a roller coaster ride. It's not realistic that a planet would be like this, but it's so satisfying to speed through these places. Besides, Star Wars is a series about space wizards and planet-destroying ray guns. It's not meant to be realistic. What also elevates this planet above the rest is how well its design and gameplay weaves into the narrative of the game. The Metroidvania backtracking in this level fits so well into the tale of a Jedi in training. You struggle at first against tough enemies and blocked paths, only to come back and find those places accessible once you gain newfound powers. A good example of this are the Tomb Guardians, which are enemies which you encounter inside the catacombs of the ancient Zepho. These enemies prove tough at first, but once you unlock a new force ability deep within the tombs, it turns out you can force shove their glowing metallic hearts right out of their bodies, making them sitting ducks as you slice them with your lightsaber. I like when games introduce a new enemy before giving you the counter to their abilities. It sets up a miniature revenge story inside the game, which is an extremely satisfying payoff. Jedi Fallen Order is also a game about trauma and loss, and the main character's journey to overcome it. This level holds up a mirror to Cal Kestis' mental state. Between the daring lightsaber duels and heroic parkour, There's a quiet sadness to this world, which was once a mighty civilization, but is now merely a forcefully depopulated outpost where even the Empire struggles to gain a foothold. Despite climbing a mountain, Cal Kestis is really descending into the underworld, and both figuratively and literally communing with the dead. What better backdrop for grief than windswept ridges and forgotten tombs? Each journey into this world helps Cal overcome his fears and mental blocks, and the powerful feedback of seeing his knowledge and skills improve through the gameplay really sells the narrative of the game. In the end, what makes Zeffo work is what makes Star Wars work. This level is so successful because it manages to distill the best of Star Wars into a concentrated experience. Hopefully, the next game can live up to the standards of this. And if it does, I'll probably be making a video about it later this year.